Bit of progress with the large being horizontal. The base and the base cover plate, or false bottom, whatever you want to call it, have been treated with Oven Mate, which is my preferred paint stripper, and as you can see, it's pretty much removed 98% of the paint. So I don't think the paint that was on there original, it came off really easy. The same with the cover plate, it just literally fell off. So I don't think that was original, the paint on there. So these will be etch primed. Obviously that one I'll do black. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with the base yet, but they still need a little bit of wire wheel work, but very little. The boiler, firebox, chimney support are in their vinegar bath, and hopefully that's doing its job. There's very little paint left on the engine base, so I'm just going to use the wire wheel on that. But yes, it's coming along. Right, time to take the stuff out of the vinegar and see what it's done. So let's have a look. Right. Okay, so that's the chimney support, as you all know. I'm going to give that a little scrub with the brush. Well, that's done a pretty good job. It's actually taken most of the paint off and any rust that was on there, so that's good. So we can get the boiler out. I'll give it a scrub first while it's still in the vinegar. There was quite a bit of carbon on the bottom. Hopefully that's all gone. Or most of it's gone anyway. Yeah, there we go, most of the carbon's gone. It's got all that, most of that goo off the back there. Yeah, it's cleaned up well. I think some sort of pipe sealant was used on this. That's the boiler, and finally the firebox. I'll give it a scrub. As I've said before, I don't normally expect too much from the fireboxes because obviously the paint has been baked on over the years when it's been fired. But hopefully it will take any rust off, which is the obviously quite important. I want to get rid of the rust. Yeah, so there you can see it's taken off some of the paint, but it's the rust that I was more interested in getting rid of. So, which I think it's done a damn good job of doing. I'll give the inside a scrub. And there we go. Yeah. The rust is gone, which is what I hoped, and yeah, done a good job. Okay, it's all dried off, and vinegar's done a good job. Obviously the next stage is to set to with the wire wheel, which can clean off the rest of the paint. I've also got to do a little bit of work on the base and obviously the engine frame base as well, so that's the next stage. Well, I've started to clean up on the boiler, and sadly, as so often the case, it has revealed some damage which is going to need to be attended to. I'll close in. It was the end of the boiler that had all that solder all over it. As you can probably see, there are some holes here, and if we rotate it round, you can see that someone has attempted to put a patch in. Looks like a bit of copper tube has been inserted, so I'm very definitely going to have to take this end cap off and just see how bad the damage is. We may be able to get away with just shortening the boiler a little bit. You know, that might work, it may not. I won't know until I've got in there. So yeah, so next job is to take that end cap off. The gas torch made short work of that. That was the piece that was inside. That's a piece of copper sheet which they used to try and patch the hole up. There's the end cap, so the amount of debris that was in there. I don't quite know what that was. I don't know whether that was originally part of the mount. But yeah, so that's come off. So if we close in on the boiler, we can have a look and see what the damage is. So there is a significant lump missing from that. Let me turn this round so that you can have a look inside. And there's a look inside the boiler. There's quite a bit of rust in there, so there's obviously something in there that was not brass or copper at some point. So I need to clean all that out. Then I've got to work out what I'm going to do with the end. Probably the simplest option would be to use a piece of brass such as that, something like that, and then make a complete new end piece for it that slides inside the original boiler. I'll have a think about it, and we'll come back to this. I don't appear to be having a lot of luck with model steam engines that I've got from eBay just recently. First of all, there was the Whedon 34, and you've seen what happened to that thanks to one of our superb couriers. And now there's this large Bing horizontal engine, which, well, it's a sad tale really. As you already know, I cleaned up this end of the boiler, and there was significant corrosion of the brass. Now, I have cleaned this end up using the mill to take the brass back as far as the decent, uncorroded parts of the boiler. And my plan was to machine up a circular block of brass and slot it in there, and that would fix that end of the boiler. However, after I cleaned this end up, I thought, oh, I better clean the rest of it up. And yes, well, I'm glad I did, because unfortunately what we have is more of the same at this end. So there's this big hole here, and there's other little patches there, and you can quite literally push this in with your finger. You know, this is just all gone. And from a scientific perspective, let's see if we can get it to stay there. There we go. What we're looking at here, I think, is a very good example of de-zinkification, which can happen to brass over a number of years, where basically brass is simply copper and zinc, alloy of copper and zinc, and the zinc gets leached out of it, leaving just the copper, and the copper corrodes, and it literally turns to, you know, like crumbly cardboard kind of scenario. So yeah, not good. So I've sadly come to the conclusion that I'm going to have to scrap this boiler. It's not worth spending the time and effort on it, because obviously the brass is compromised on this thing. So what I'll do is I've ordered a piece of 50mm brass tube from eBay, and my god, is it expensive nowadays. The bit I got was 50mm diameter, which is what this is. All this is 2 inches, but 50mm is close enough. It was 1 mil thick, all thickness, which is thicker than this, and it was 200 mil long, which is slightly longer than this, and that cost 25 quid, which is a lot of money in my opinion for what is basically a thin bit of brass tube. So there you go. Got to bite the bullet. If I want to get this engine running, I'm going to need a boiler, and I'm going to have to make a new one. What I am hoping is that, I don't know how well you'll see that, but let me get a torch. Get a torch on that. There you go. Those fittings for the boiler fittings appear to be soldered in place. So I'm hoping I can remove those and use them again. So I am going to have a go at getting those out, and hopefully they can then be fitted into the new boiler. But in the meantime, I can get on with painting the bases up, the main base, the cover plate, the engine platform, and also doing the restore on the firebox. So that's I've got plenty to do while I wait for the new bit of brass tube to arrive for the new boiler.